George Conway, regardless of what Republicans thought last night in Milwaukee, Donald Trump most likely is going to be facing justice and facing justice again today. What do you expect as you look forward to the events of today in Georgia?
Well, I look forward to the mugshot. I look forward to the spectacle, I guess. I mean, it's kind of sad. It's almost old hat now. What's really sad was the events of last night, which will be soon forgotten, where you had 6 candidates saying they would vote for a person who's a convicted felon. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. But this is going to be 2016. This year it's going to be 2016 is all over again, because they're all attacking everyone but Trump, and they're going to end up nominating a candidate who, will maybe a convicted felon, will probably die in prison, and Frank was found by a federal district court to be a rapist. It's just crazy,
yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the box you get out of this box. It's crazy.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. First of all, I want to get back to you and talk about how hard it's going to be for him to get out of this box, because I can't figure that out. But look at these people indicted in the Georgia election probe, all for blindly following a guy about stealing an election. Talk about, I mean, you're a lawyer. I mean, you've seen how much one charge against somebody can impact from life, especially from the feds. The feds usually don't miss. When they go after you, the feds get you. If they prosecute you, they convict you most of the time. Talk about what the future looks like for most of these people. And then let's talk about Donald Trump with 90-something indictments against him. And let's just talk for a second. How does he not end up in jail? Again, I know. I've spent years saying he will always escape justice. He always escapes justice. No man is above the law but Donald Trump, it seems. But here, I go through every scenario. I don't see how he stays out of jail.
I agree with that. I mean, essentially, he has been playing Russian roulette with the law and has loaded every single chamber. I mean, one of those, he's not going to make it through all of this. The only way he can make it through all of this is if somehow he wins the presidency and then can declare himself immune from going to jail or being prosecuted. And I don't think that's going to happen. And he is, as for all of the other defendants, I mean, I don't think there will be 18 defendants by the time this case goes to trial. I mean, I think you're already seeing them in conflict. You're already seeing different strategies playing out, and you're seeing that some of these defendants, even Rudy Giuliani, who came down to a private plane, he can't find a lawyer, and he can't pay one. He's going to have to sell his co-op in New York. And these people, all of these people, a lot of them are going to end up having to plead. Jenna Ellis, no one's paying her legal fees. It's going to be Trump ending up all by himself or just a couple of other people, and I don't see how he survives that. But that's, the Georgia case is going to take the longest probably to resolve, because it is a multi-defendant case. The Jack Smith has brought this absolute laser beam of a case in D.C. It's not complicated. It's just looking at his conduct. That case, I'm not going to be surprised if that case doesn't go to trial within a year and he's convicted. I don't see how he gets out of that. And the Mar-a-Lago documents case, the only thing he has going for him there is that the judge is this judge who actually ruled in his favor a few times but got slammed for it. But I don't know how she can save him other than by delaying the trial, and she hasn't really shown an inclination to do that. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got these individuals who are going to testify that he moved the boxes around. You've got tapes showing he moved the boxes around. You've got this IT guy who just flipped, who basically says that he was told that the boss wanted to cover this up, and he's dead to rights there. And again, 91 counts. The prosecutors don't have to go 91 for 91. A lot of these felonies are 5, 10, 20 years. It's just all it takes is a few counts, and he's done for the rest of his life.